Amy Thurman back again with 100 Days, 100 Emotions. Today we're on day 35 and we're talking about desire. Remember that the purpose of this series is to help us identify the emotions, what they feel like in the body, and to help us realize that it's a normal part of being human, and also what we can learn from these emotions. They're there for a reason, they're there to teach us something, and so we need to know what we can learn from them and how they feel in the body. So if this is the first one that you're watching, feel free to check out the others. Go to hashtag 100 days, 100 emotions. That's the number 100. Streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If you would like to be involved as a special guest, I would love to plug you in. I have an emotion that will fit you. We just have to figure that out which one it is. So feel free to comment or message me, and I will be happy to get you plugged in. All right, well, let's jump into it today. I'm so excited for you to meet my special guest today. I love this guy so much. Oh my goodness. This is my friend Michael. Michael, welcome. I'm so excited to have you
Hello.
here today.
Thank you for having me, Amy.
Of course, of course. I'm so excited to hear from you. Michael and I have chatted a couple times. We are part of a community with people of disabilities, people who live with disabilities. And man, Michael's doing so much to help so many people. And so I can't wait until the end where he can share what he does with you. But I'm eager for you to get to know him as we go along here. So we're talking about desire today, and I want to start with the text to springboard us into our conversation. It says that desire is characterized by a strong yearning or wanting for someone or something. It can be positive and motivating, driving us to pursue our goals and dreams, but it can also lead to frustration when those dreams aren't attainable. We can also be frustrated. So there are two sides. And that's the thing I've seen with all of these emotions. There are two sides to it. Some of them feel comfortable, some of them feel uncomfortable, but we can use them. It's how we choose to use them. And so, Michael, I would love for you to share with us your experience with desire and what it has taught you.
So thank you very much first of all for having me, Amy. I think for me, desire is a twofold thing. It's about what I want to achieve and how I want to go about achieving it. But also because I need to be supported. I should say from the start, I'm a disabled person and I'm a wheelchair user. I also think it's about society and wanting to have desire to support you, as the actual individuals that do support you. So for me, I have a desire to travel the world, maybe even come to the US one day.
Yeah.
How would that fit in with with me getting to the airport and having that motivation of doing it, having to explain about my impairment, the worrying about my wheelchair in the actual flight, and all those little tiny things. And it's about I think it's about kind of having resilience to do that, and then that then brings about your desire. I always say that disabled people aren't always taught how to be resilient, and then therefore how to overcome certain things that we actually do face, and then that then leads to the desire, to do whatever you want to do, or you know, and sometimes it can be hard to be motivated and to be positive to drive yourself to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Because then sometimes there's things that are put in your way that you can't control, and that is where it leads to frustration, doesn't it? So nothing on my part that I can't go somewhere or I can't do something, but I think um yes, about having the mindset to try your best to do whatever you desire to do.
Oh, that is so good. I love that so much. In a different way, I can relate to what you just said because you know my story, but other people may not. That I had to lay flat in the bed for 23 hours a day for almost a year because I had an accident where I fell and broke my neck. But it came to the point where I wanted to get out of that bed. Like my desire was to get out of that bed and do things on my own. But as you said, the
Yeah,
people around me that were caring for me, because I couldn't take care of myself. So the people that were caring for me really insisted that I not do anything for myself,
yeah,
that I really not try because they were afraid that I would hurt myself again. And
yeah,
so I can relate in that way that there's a pull there. Like you want
yeah,
to do something, but you're being prevented from doing it. And yes, it can lead to frustration, but it can also lead to a pushing through of saying, I'm going to do this anyway, a kind of a determination. And so, have you
exactly.
experienced that as well?
Yeah, like, I think you experience it in every kind. With me, I think I experience it nearly every day, where like where certain things are put in your way, um, and then they can't. Um, yeah, then you have to have the willpower or the desire to overcome them. So, like for me, I manage my own care staff, and sometimes people leave, and then you have to have the desire or the motivation to find something new, and that can sometimes be hard because then you have to have form a new relationship with that person, and they might not be the right fit for you. I'm normally quite successful, but there's no guarantee in life. So it's the desire to actually want to succeed and to want to continue to live the life that I choose to live. I choose to live this life that I live. So I'm fully aware that there are other options available, but I think that this gives me the most positive outcomes for myself. And then yeah, and then we then just go from there. So it is about having desire and motivation to do whatever you want to do, and you do have to listen to others. So other people will always say to you, "This is what I think," but it's about having the resilience sometimes to say, "No, this is what I want." But also, I think sometimes society doesn't let disabled people make mistakes, and I think it's okay to make a mistake, and then you can then have the desire then to kind of to go a different path or to redeem whatever mistake you make. So yeah,
That is so good, Michael. And that is one reason that you are so inspiring to people. And, people tell me that a lot too. And I think it's because we push through. Like we don't just sit back and, do nothing. We're using our
yeah,
situations and our circumstances to help other people. And we're using the desires that we have inside to push us forward to achieve more and to help more instead of them holding us back. Like I have no idea what it's like to live in your world, Michael. I
yeah,
don't know what it's like to have
yeah,
a care staff of people who have to take care
yeah,
of me. I mean, I did it for almost a year, but I'm talking
yeah,
about it's totally different than what you're experiencing. And
yeah.
so I
No, no, but then again, I don't know what it's like to be in your shoes either. So I think it's important that like we always think about each other, and everybody has different kind of motivational points and different kind of resilience points or different kind of desire point, that your level of desire might be higher or lower than mine. And I always say to people that's okay, because nobody should be the same at everything. Um, and then yeah, I sometimes my desire is really quite low, and I can't be bothered to do anything apart from watch what's there. But other time I'm like, right now you've got to do this, because otherwise you can't achieve what you want to achieve in life, which is that I want to live independently. I want to travel. I want to do things. I want to expand my, not just my own viewpoint, but other people's viewpoints on the world of disability, really. So, yeah.
Yes, and I think that's totally normal where we all have those low desire times and then high desire
Yeah.
times. It's a,
Yep.
a wave, and so that's a completely normal thing for us to have. Whereas I think society encourages us to not embrace those low desire times, makes us think there's something wrong with us if we have low
Yep.
desire, but it's not
Yep.
true. It's part of being human. It's part of life, the highs and the lows. And so I'm so glad you brought that up. It's such a great point. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I want to pop up this question here. I like to ask a question. I would love for you all watching to be involved in our conversation and share with us how you handle conflicting desires, because that's pretty much what we've been talking about here are desires that are conflicting and how you handle that. Would you like to address that at all, Michael?
I think it's about how, for me, it's self-evident how I manage my own desire, but also the desires of people that either support me or family members, and then you're always gonna have a some kind of level of conflict. Like if it's like a cloudy day, I might want to go out, but the person supporting me might be a bit hesitant for whatever reason. So we all have different levels of examples of desire, don't we? And it's about how you kind of talk about them and how you resolve them, really.
Yeah, that's so true because, those people that are on your care team really want what's best for you.
Yeah,
And so if there's a conflicting desire there, I think maybe understanding that they're wanting what's best for you, and that's, in any situation that we're in, when we have a conflicting desire, that we need to try to look at it from the other person's perspective too, or the other situation's perspective too, and maybe try to come
yeah,
a common ground in that way. So that was
yeah.
so
So
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I if you have seen these before, you know what's coming next. I use an AI image generator to create an image that represents the emotion of the day. And so today's is about desire. I'm going to pop this on the screen and then I will full screen it, and let's take a look at it and see why it came up with this image for the emotion desire and what we can pull out of it. I learned so much from these images because they speak in words that we don't have. And so I'm curious to see what we pull out of this one. So let me full screen this. And this is what it came up with for the emotion desire. It's very interesting to me. Like this one is different, completely different than any of the others that it has generated for me. It's the swirling, but I tell you what jumps out at me with this one are the holes. Like there are so many like blackish holes there. It's like you're trying to fill them. Like you have a desire, which is the black hole that you're trying to fill,
yeah.
and it's offering you all of these other options and colors to choose to fill it,
Yeah.
and that just really jumps out at me. Is there anything else that you see in this, Michael?
Um, Now I'm only just sort of what you already, like the little hold a lot of bubbles to hopefully fill those holes with colours. That is what we want. Is we want to fill the black with colours and to make our lives a bit more colourful. I am guess.
I love that. That's so true. I That's one of the reasons I love doing this is because my brain struggles in this area sometimes, and to get another perspective on it, I totally see that now. I totally see what you just said about how to add more color to our life. It's right there in front of me. I just needed someone to point it out. And I think that's part of life. That's what we deal with in life. That's why we need each
Yeah.
other, because we need other people to help point out things or to share things or to see things from different perspectives. And so I love doing that part of this series. Like I said, I have learned so much from that. I Before we go, Michael, I would love for you to share with our viewers what you do and how they can reach you if they would like to work with you or to support you.
Oh, thank you very much, Amy. So I do disability tours and awareness training in the UK or anywhere really. And if you'd like to just add me or connect with me via LinkedIn, my website is still under construction, sadly. So LinkedIn is the best way to get a hold of me. And yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, Amy. And I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Michael, for choosing to spend today, this time with us. Like I said, I have chatted with you a few times, and it's always such a pleasure. I'm just so motivated, inspired by what you're doing. And I will be
Thank
sure
you.
to put your LinkedIn profile link in the comments. On LinkedIn itself, I will tag you in the description, but
Thank
in
you.
on Facebook and YouTube, I will put your link as a comment so that people can reach out to you that way.
Thank you very much,
So,
Amy.
of course, thank you again, Michael, for sharing your experience with us and choosing to be here. It means so much to me. And I want you to know, those of you watching, I appreciate you so much. Your support means so much to me, that you're watching, that you're sharing these, that you're commenting, that you're joining in the conversation. It just helps confirm that what I'm doing through this series is helping others. One of my friends messaged me the other day, and she said, "Your series is helping me feel normal again." And I said, "That's what it's about. That's the purpose. That this is what it's like being a human. And we need to normalize that we have emotions and that we feel them." So if you have found this helpful or think it will be helpful for anyone else, please share it. I would love for you to comment anything about your experience with desire or addressing the question. And like I said earlier, if you would like to check out the others, it's hashtag 100 days, 100 emotions. That's the number 100. So until tomorrow, I'll be back with a new emotion. Bye.